So, for a lot of people, the approaching holiday season is something that they look forward to for quite a long time. It's really, I think, a hedonistic period that people sometimes lose their self in or give themselves over too much to the point where after it's over, they experience this dip in energy and motivation and happiness. They go through this sort of post-seasonal blues. And I want you to go in the other direction. I want you to think about things differently. I want you to build a life that is so productive and full of so much meaning and joy that you don't look for the weekend and you don't look for the holidays for a sense of relief and a sense of happiness and a sense of escape. I think we can engage with the holiday seasons. I'm not saying we shouldn't participate in them at all, but we should connect with them and participate in them more responsibly for the betterment of ourselves and for the betterment of our friends and family. If we can set a better example with how to view holidays and the cyclical busyness of school and work that has to do with our culture and society and all the sorts of events and festivals and holidays that we all partake in, if we can do that better, it's going to be better for everyone. There's going to be more days of productivity and meaning throughout our lives. The daily, each day of our lives, the daily unit is what we have to look at and see how are we living our lives on a daily basis, because a lot of people, they're not, daily life is kind of like drudgery for them. They haven't understood how to build themselves up positively on a daily basis through positive habits, and that's why they look so forward to the weekends and the holidays, to be something that they can't escape again or lose themselves in. So I'm no stranger to these things. Obviously, I still participate in the holidays too. I live in China with my Chinese wife and we have 2 children. So I feel like we have double the number of holidays. We've got the holidays, we've got the birthdays, we've got the other special events, we've got things other people do that they want us to come and take part in. So I totally understand how you might feel. And I, being older now and being a father, I have to help plan and organize these things. But it's better if we can have the right perspective on these things so that we can engage with them well and not be too thrown off our own best, highest personal development and personal growth, which we share to all the people in our lives. We have to be leaders. We have to show other people the right way to live and to view these things. So we're coming to the end of 2025. A lot of students are cramming for final exams, and after they're over, they're probably not going to study very much, if at all, for the next few weeks. Is that the right lesson to be learning? This is the way school kind of conditions us to think, is that exams are the end of the learning, and after the exams are over, you can do anything you want. But that isn't what I would advise. I would advise that, learning and growth has to happen on a daily basis. And the exams are not the most important thing. The most important thing in your life is to understand that you have to grow on a daily basis and for, every single day until the time that you die. That's a core component of your highest functioning as a human and your best positive psychology. Similarly with work, a lot of people, their work lives are drudgery. They're doing jobs that don't bring them a lot of joy. They don't really like their jobs. And they're looking forward to, letting their hair down on the holidays, probably doing a lot of drinking, overeating, watching too much TV. I'm not necessarily against spending a lot of time with friends and family. I think that's wonderful. That's probably one of the best things that you could do. But all the things attached to it, the consumerism, spending too much money on gifts, too much buying and celebrating of commercialism rather than meaning and growth again. So adults fall victim to this. We fall prey to this. We fall into the trap of this. So what can we do? Here's the thing. I want to recommend to you that you got to have a daily habit for your growth priorities. And if you don't already have them, you should start installing them even right now. Because let me tell you this, it's harder to start after the hedonism of the holidays. A lot of people try to do that, usually a few weeks into January, and they fail because they haven't been doing it in December and November and October. So if you're not used to it, trying to start it after the hedonism of the holidays is going to be really hard. So start thinking about it now, start laying your plans now, start informing them, informing other people about these plans now, and, start small, but start installing them now and plan to continue them through the holidays into the new year. What are some things that might happen if you try to do this? If you try to start getting fit, studying foreign languages more, following a diet plan, preparing for some kind of certification or, a promotion, some type of new job. If your friends and family are really your true friends and your true family, they're going to like this. They're going to encourage you, and they're going to share with you their plans for growth, and you're going to inspire each other, and you're going to enter into an upward spiral, support each other. But it's quite possible too that might not happen. People might try to slow you down, try to knock you, try to mock you, because they're feeling defensive, they're feeling reactionary, because they know they could be doing better and they're not. They probably know that they've been wasting too much time in superficial pursuits, chasing pleasure and engaging in things that are not the best for unlocking their potential in life. So you got to be ready for that. You got to understand how that works. But they also might expect that you will give up or change what you said because maybe you haven't been consistent before. So the thing is, you got to be clear about your plan. You got to stick to it to the point where other people see you differently, and you've built a new type of person in their eyes. And then they realize, oh no, now he or she is like that. That's how they are. And once you've done it for a few weeks or a few months, however long it takes, they're going to know your patterns, your schedule, the habits you're building. They're going to respect that more. They're going to respect that time and space more that you've carved out. And they may start to, instead of mocking you or tearing you down, they may more likely be inspired by you or admire you, want to learn from you and follow in your footsteps. And that's what I want for you and your friends and your family. That's why I'm sharing this video with you today. Now, don't twist my words. I'm not against the holidays. I'm planning them and organizing them for my friends and family. I want to help them enjoy it in a more responsible manner so that it just leads to even better things in the coming months. So it doesn't lead to a downturn in energy and blues after it's all over and the body's still craving more pleasure and more fun, but the holiday period's over. So where do I go now for my pleasure and my fun? We got to think about it differently. We got to put the meaning back into the core of the holidays, because something that's truly meaningful and joyful, it doesn't have those side effects. It doesn't have the post-season blues like that. It's always going to be there. So feed into that, pour into that, work on that. Okay? Could be diet, exercise, learning, getting your house more organized and clean, following a diet plan, reading more books, who knows what. You can let me know your goals down below if you need some support. And if you're interested in learning foreign languages with my friends and I, that would be great. That would be a great resolution for 2026. If you're interested in that, you can subscribe to this channel or visit languagecardgames.com, because we have free online card game events. And I share a lot about my language learning and my life in China here on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with the crazy holiday season and the start of 2026. Bye-bye for now.